Hello everyone, this is Professor Boucher, and today we're going to go over how to calculate our cost of merchandise sold from our merchandise inventory and purchases. So to start this off, we're going to come up with the amount of our net purchases. These net purchases represent how much we actually purchased. So if you've ever worked in business, you're probably familiar with the idea that not everything that comes through your receiving doors makes its way into your inventory. Perhaps when things came in, where they were shipped by heavy truck and certain things got damaged. When they made it to your warehouse, you would go ahead and you would actually send those back. You'd be sent back to the shipper, and they would go ahead and refund you it. This is what is represented here for our purchase returns and allowances. That's a normal course of business in larger businesses that we know a certain amount of our product is going to be damaged. And then as well, we have something down here, purchase discounts. These purchase discounts normally result if we pay our bill early. So a lot of times what businesses will do, they'll give us terms, say, you have to go ahead and pay in 30 days. Or they'll go ahead and let us know if you pay in 10 days, we will give you a 1% discount. So oftentimes a business, if they have the free cash flow, will go ahead and pay early to take that 1% discount. So both of those are reductions in the cost of what we purchased for our inventory. So let's go ahead and figure out what our net purchases are going to be. Well, we went ahead. We have purchases of $975,000. This represents the total amount of orders that we put in with our vendors. Now, we've gone ahead and we are recognizing that we have $12,000 of items essentially that we have sent back because they were damaged or maybe they didn't actually meet our requirements. And then lastly, it looks like our business here has decided to go ahead and pay early to take advantage of a discount. So I have my $975,000 of purchases, my $12,000 of returns, and my $8,000 of discounts. This means that the amount that I have actually spent on my inventory is $955,000. So now we're going to go ahead and see what is the total cost of the inventory that we purchased. So I'm just going to erase these double lines down here. These are my net purchases. Okay, so in large businesses, anything that has to do with the inventory would normally have to be capitalized with it. This falls under an idea that is called UNICAP, or Universal Capitalization Rules. For us, we're not going to get too complicated with that, but let's say that anything that has to do specifically with the inventory, instead of being expensed immediately, is capitalized into our overall cost of inventory, and then is expensed when we finally sell it. One of those things that really is part of our inventory is the cost to ship it to us. And that's going to be our freight in. So again, that would be whatever we paid Yellow Trucking, whoever the trucking company has to be, to go ahead and ship it from our vendor to us. That is a cost of the inventory, so we will add that, the $13,500, to our costs, to our purchases. So this is our shipping. And that means that we are going to have a cost of merchandise of $968,500. Okay, I'm just going to scroll up a little bit here. Now we know the total amount of inventory that we have purchased, that $968,500. Ultimately, the whole reason why we're doing this is we're trying to determine what is the amount of inventory that we actually sold this month. Well, now we're going to have to go back and take a look at our inventory. So we had beginning inventory on 6/1 of $125,000. This represents the inventory in our warehouse. Throughout this process, during this month, we've purchased this additional $968,500. Right? This gave us total available to us for the month of $1,093,500. $500. All right, and this was our inventory that was available to us. When we go back up, we're going to see what did we end our inventory with? Well, we only ended with $140,000 in inventory. So we're going to remove out from this the $140,000 that is still in our warehouse on June 30th. So when I subtract that from it, I'm going to end up with $953,500. And this is going to go ahead and represent our cost of merchandise sold. Again, the reason why this is our cost of merchandise sold up here on the top, just going to switch my color real quick. This 125 was in our warehouse when we turned the lights on. Over the course of the month, trucks brought in another $968,500 of merchandise. Down here at the bottom, this 140, when we turned our lights off at the end of the month, there was only $140,000 of merchandise left in our warehouse. So the difference between all those comes up to our $953,000. Again, whether it actually was stolen or sold, either way, it's a cost of us doing business. So there we get our $953,000. So if you're working on the same worksheet as me, right, we would just go ahead and fill in these costs. We had the amount of net purchases in June. That is the $955,000. Cost of merchandise purchased, that is the $968,500. And the cost of merchandise sold to be reported in June, this is going to be our $953,500. All right. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys again next time.